Hello, Eric.
Hello, Rob. Welcome back to the world of superheroes.
Uh,
No more political infighting for us.
yes, welcome back. Welcome back indeed.
All
I'm
right.
feeling of this as sort of I'm sorry?
Nothing. It just the stream started playing, so it was confusing. Uh, I was watching the stream.
Yes. So and welcome to any of you who might be watching this. God bless you. Don't know why. Because this is us relearning how to play Marvel's Champions. It's also us learning how to stream directly to YouTube. And already I can tell that this is a horrible idea that's failing miserably. And we haven't even dealt out our cards yet. So,
Well, Rob, failing miserably is our brand. So
yes.
we've set it
Yes.
up so that by failing miserably, we succeed. The only way we could fail is to succeed, which would also be a success. So we're good. I mean, we've created the tautology of success here. There is no way we can fail because failing is succeeding at failing.
I get that. I get
Yes,
that, but I have a hard time internalizing it. I
fair
have a
enough.
very hard time internalizing it. So I am, well, I'm blaming you.
Okay.
So I'm blaming you because we wrapped up the last game that we were playing,
hmm
and you said I miss playing Marvel's Champions. And I said, oh, I
I
miss that too.
I do miss it. And I was telling you, it brings up this childhood nostalgia of playing with my action figures, and it's like, oh, I got Captain America, and I got the Hulk, and the Hulk's gonna punch Thanos in the head, and ooh, bang, and that sort of thing. And it's like that. It's like the playing with the action figures, except rules,
Right.
It's like playing with the action figures with one of your annoying friends who says you can't
That would
do
be
that
me.
to Thanos.
I
Well, no.
I always wanted rules when we played with action figures.
Okay, that yeah. So
100%.
you're that guy. All right. So
I am
yeah.
that
So
guy.
this is perfect for you. I mean, the only problem
Yes.
with this game for me is that there are rules, and ideally I don't want that, but. This is a fun
Yep. There
game, even
are.
though we get slaughtered in this game. It is just goofy fun,
Well, I'm
and
glad to
I
hear you say that.
you're glad to hear that it's fun, even though we get slaughtered. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yes. Because so the point where I was going to blame you is that I got all excited again by doing this, and so I
Cool.
remade the stream with new graphics and new stuff, and I had to keep like pulling myself back so that we could actually play this and not just, oh, let me spend another month and get some animated transitions in here and let me do this and let me do that. And then when we were talking about what characters to play, so I remember, when the Miss Marvel deck first coming out, and I played her a couple times, and she was fun and interesting, and I haven't played her since. And so I definitely thought, yeah, let's do that. And for some reason, my audio keeps adjusting down on its own. So let's see if we can stop that from happening. Um, so I thought, yeah, that I miss her. That would be fun.
hmm
And then you were looking at playing Star Lord.
Yes, I was looking at playing Star Lord, and I didn't look at Star Lord himself. And so I was looking at the deck, and I'm like, oh, there's some fun allies in here you can bring out, and this all seems interesting. And I forgot that Star Lord was all about pulling extra encounter cards for special powers. And the encounter cards are the
Right.
are the encounter cards are the kid with the rules saying, no, you can't do that because you know Thanos has the super duper shield and it doesn't work. And and it's like, so the encounter cards are the part of the game I don't like. And so you wisely pointed that out. And then I'm like, all right, let's look at someone else. And I looked at Carol Danvers. And Carol Danvers, honestly, I've never been a fan of Carol Danvers because it just seemed like a Superman knockoff to me. Um, and I just wasn't interested in that. So I've never really been interested in the character. But in this game, Carol
Hmm.
Danvers' two powers are, it allows you to draw extra cards, and I love drawing extra cards. So, I mean, there are some downsides to
Well,
drawing
good.
extra cards, but I do like drawing extra cards. That's the
Good.
that's the fun part of the game is drawing cards. You get little presents, and the encounter deck is you get little punishments for your presents. So, I'm for the
Well,
drawing extra cards.
I'm I'm glad to hear you say that. Because as I said, oh, this is going to get really annoying. I don't know why this is happening. Because like I said, um, all right, we're gonna try.
Hello.
Hi, am I still
Hi.
here?
You're still here. I still hear you.
Okay, you still hear
Hello?
me,
Yeah, I still hear you.
and that still seems to hear me. And let's see if this drops. Oh God, I don't. I'm glad nobody is watching this. I don't know why this is happening, and I don't know what to do about it, especially in real time. Um, and I don't know if I have another microphone that I can switch out.
What's the issue? You are on the YouTube site.
The audio keeps automatically dropping out.
Hmm.
So I just turned it
Yeah.
up, and now it's all the way down,
Yeah.
and I'm sounding quiet and far away.
Yeah, you are. That is true.
Yeah. And so I can adjust the volume on my microphone, and now I can talk louder. And
Hmm.
then it goes right back
Yep.
to where it was.
It goes right back down.
What if I do this? I wonder if that changes it. So now I'm going to do this again. Not slight. I'm hearing muffled, not slightly better. How are you hearing me? Is it quiet again?
You have been relatively stable for me.
Oh, for you, okay.
You want me to listen on the YouTube?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, relatively. You're quiet on YouTube, and I'm loud.
Okay, and so what about if I do this? Am I still quiet on YouTube? Oh, it's I can definitely see it on the wave on the thing here. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I advanced audio properties? Does that help? What if I do this? What if I do that? What if I crank it all the way to here? Okay. I think. Oh my God, I have to put this all the way at 15 dB? That can't be right. All right, so if I crank it here, okay, I think that's going to get us through for now. All right, so sorry about that, folks. I think we're back at it. So, um, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel. There was recently the Marvels movie that came out, and I could not help
Mm-hmm.
myself. I knew that we're just trying to relearn the game. It's been about 6 months since we played.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Um, I need to, yeah, like ease into something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there was the movie, and it had
Okay.
Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel in it,
It did have
and it
Miss
had
Marvel
an
and Captain Marvel.
accuser. It didn't have Ronan the Accuser.
It didn't
So,
have Ronan the Accuser, no. But it did have
no,
someone with a
but it
hammer.
had, another accuser and had someone with a hammer. So we are playing against Ronan the Accuser.
Okay.
And he's a little tough.
Okay.
So he's got scheme of two and attack of two.
Yeah.
Um, and he's also got the universal weapon, which does +1 scheme and +1 attack, although we can take some damage to get rid of that. And we do have the Milano, which we can use to get rid of some of the threat on the initial scheme. So, this might not go well, but here we are.
All right.
This is who we are. This is what we're doing. So,
All right.
we have to decide who's going to be the first player.
I have the first player icon, so I guess I'm the first player.
Well, I could take them if you want.
Uh, I'm fine with being the first player, unless you want to go first. I'll be the first player.
This is
I'll
fun.
be decisive.
All right.
I'm the first player. You can fiddle with stuff while I try to figure out what I'm doing as first player. So, as the first player,
All right.
the first thing we both do is deal out our hands, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And as Carol Danvers, in my alternate identity, I have the power Commander. Action, choose a player to draw one extra card, limit once per round. So one of us will be getting an
before
extra
you
card.
get to there,
Okay.
before you get to there, you do get to choose any cards to discard.
Right. I haven't dealt them out yet. So
Oh,
that's I was just looking at that. But I have a hand size of 6, so I deal out 6 cards. And see what I have here. And since we're learning, I'm going to be slow about this. And I need to get this a little bigger so I can see it. So I have Crisis Interdiction, the cost of 2. It's a thwart, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Then if you have aerial trait, remove 2 more threat from a different scheme. Do I have aerial trait? No.
no, you need a card to get the aerial trait.
And I don't know if there's a card in this deck that gives me the aerial trait. We'll see. I don't think when I was looking at this deck.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, they do.
Oh, okay. So there's Band Together. This card generates a oh boy, this is useless at the beginning. Well, this is one I'm going to get rid of. This card generates 1 resource for each ally you control. That is very powerful later. Photonic Blast, deal 5 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this card using a lightning resource, draw a card. And then the Quinn Carrier, exhaust the Quinn Carrier to generate a resource. That's nice. Then we have Crisis Interdiction again, and Strengthen Numbers. Exhaust any number of allies you control to draw 1 card for each ally exhausted in this way. Again, not useful. So I'm going to toss these 2. just in
All
hopes
right.
that I have something. I mean, anything
Well,
better.
that's the point of these mulligans.
Yeah, let's see.
That is why we do
And
this.
what about these other things? Uh, I mean, this is okay. I'm going to probably just use this for resource. Do I get rid of these too? Because they're not useful if I don't have the aerial trait. Um, you know what? They're only worth one. I'm going to get rid of this as well. I'm almost going to do a whole redo because those are all dependent on things later in the game. And unfortunately, when you do go through the deck, you have to get an extra encounter card, right?
Oh yeah, we're going to be getting plenty of extra encounter cards.
Okay. Okay, so I got the Avengers Mansion, which is nice. Band together again, again. You bloody. Ah. And another thing that says if you man, I did a mulligan and it still doesn't help. Um. Okay.
All right. So before you start your turn proper, let's
Right.
talk about a thing or two that's going on.
All right. Let's talk about a thing.
So when we take a look up here, so we've got Ronan the Accuser, and as mentioned, here we go. So when he activates against you, if he has the Power Stone, he's gonna uh, get an additional boost card. He also starts with Toughness.
Hmm.
So that's why there is a tough card on him already. Then the main scheme we're going to burn through pretty quickly, which I think is the point. But it's going to add 4 threat per player each turn. But if we exhaust the Milano, we can remove 3 threat from the scheme. We've got the universal weapon going on here, which gives Ronan Stalwart, which means that he cannot be stunned or confused while he has the universal weapon. Those are the things that stop him from activating. But as an action, we can take 2 damage and deal ourselves a face down encounter card to shuffle the weapon back into the encounter deck to get it away from him for a little bit. Now, so he also has the Kree command ship, which is going to deal out an extra encounter card every turn, every villain phase. But if a treachery card is revealed, we can exhaust the Milano and spend 1 resource to cancel the when revealed effect. But we can't do that if we've already exhausted it. Oh no, that's not true because it will ready. So there's that. We got that going for us. That's a good thing. And
so his command
we start
vehicle
with a
helps
couple.
us.
Well, no. It hurts us because it's going to put out another card.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's mitigated by how bad it hurts us.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's a bruiser. All right.
Well,
I don't
you
know what you
know,
got
when
us
I
into
said
here,
should we
Rob.
just play against Rhino, you should have just said, yeah, let's start against someone easy.
All right, all right, all right.
This is your fault. You didn't stop me, Eric.
I don't see that at all. No, saying I don't know, I don't care doesn't
Your
mean that
your role is
that
to
you
rein
go
me
out
in.
and shoot the Pope and say, well, you didn't tell me not to shoot the Pope. It's like, well,
You should have known better. You should have known that I was going pope hunting. All right, we do have a couple things working in our favor, though.
okay.
We do have the Milano, and we, in addition to being able to exhaust it in order to take off some threat, we can also generate a resource for any player. I don't think that's a terribly wise use of it in this setup, but we can. And then we have the Power Stone. So Ronan's setup says give it the Power Stone to attach it at setup to the first player. So we're going to ignore the bit about attached to the villain.
Okay.
But then it goes on to say that after a hero or villain deals 3 or more damage to the attached character with a single attack, attach the Power Stone to the attacking hero or villain.
I see.
So if he hits you for 3 or more damage in one shot, he's going to take the stone from you. And then you're going to hit him for 3 or more and take it back, and it's going to go back and forth like that.
I see. Okay.
All right. All right. So that's what we're up against. Let's just try to beat the crap out of him as quick as we can, maybe. I think that's sort of the strategy here.
All right. Yeah, well, I did not get a great hand even after the redeal. So I've got strength that gives me 2, which is nice. I've got upgrade the helmet, which gives me +1 defense, which is okay. I have photonic blast, which does 5 damage to the enemy. And I can draw a card if I use the lightning symbol, but I have no lightning symbols available to me. I have the Quinn Carrier that generates a resource for me. Play only if your identity has Avenger. Am I an Avenger? I am an Avenger.
I think so.
Okay, so I have the Quinn Carrier that generates resource. I have Band Together, which is ultimately useless, and I have Avenger's Mansion to draw an extra card. So how am I going to play this? I'm going to put out Avenger's Mansion, and then I am going to exhaust Avenger's Mansion and okay, so Adventure Master costs 4, Quinn Carrier costs 3. So the question is, do I put out the Quinn Carrier and try to use the resources of the Quinn Carrier to play Avengers Mansion, or do I play Avengers Mansion and try to deal a card to play the Quinn Carrier? Because I'd like to get both out, and Band Together is useless to me. So I have disconnected. Can you even hear me?
Disconnected. I can hear you. All right. So you know what we're going to do?
What are we going to do?
We're going to stop the stream for a few minutes. We're not. Oh, God. I want to fix this. All right. We're just going to play our game.
What do you want to fix? Okay. What's broken? All right.
I keep getting an error message on the audio.
Okay.
You're out of
sync.
So
the question is, do I play the Quinn Carrier? Everything's fine. I'm out of sync with what? Never mind.
Never mind.
Do I play the Quinn Carrier and I get a resource? So that would count as... Am I that out of sync?
You're fine. Keep playing.
Rob, that is a long delay for me. That's going to drive me crazy. Wait a minute. Respond as soon as you hear this.
Right now.
That was 5 seconds, Rob. We can't play like that. I cannot work with you in 5-second intervals.
Do you want to stop this and try again? No one's here, right?
Let's stop and try again. I'm going to disconnect from everything.
We're going to... All right. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be back in a little bit.